Well, Ryan, weather's put an early end to this one on multiple occasions. First day 3 being a washout, and then us coming off early on day 4. How do you look back on it as the head coach?
Probably a little bit disappointing, to be honest. I thought on day 1 we batted with great intent and we set the tone of how we wanted to go about it. But then, hats off to Essex. They batted very well on day 2. In that morning session, few things go our way. It could have been a different sort of story. But hats off to Essex. They were in control of the game and they batted well. And again, we walk away not at our best, but still with the draw intact, and which is obviously positives for everyone. But the form of Ackerman and Robinson, and then Cal Parkinson taking 5 wickets, good signs for us.
We spoke before the game and you mentioned that you look forward to these games as coach because it enables your lads to go up against the best side in the county in the country in a minute in Essex. How do you now assess that challenge looking back on these last 4 days? You kind of touched on it a little bit there.
Well, I think the challenge hasn't moved. I think it's fantastic. I think our blokes showed that we belong in this division, and for me, I think Essex, yes, they've got a very good team. It's a stable team. You know what you're going to get from their attack. For me, we've made 355 a good rate, and then we're 2 for 130 in reply. So, that to me says we're not far away.
And then you've come out of these opening blocks with 3 draws and a win. Obviously, the weather's played a huge part in that one. Was there anything really that you could have done across any of the other games? Obviously, we saw it down at Worcestershire, pushing the accelerator to get that result over the line in 3 days. Is there anything off the top of your mind that you can think of that you could have done a little bit more?
To be honest, and this is not having a crack at ground stuff or anything, but we know the pitch was pretty placid, and in Warwickshire it was bloody ridiculously placid. So, when you have a test hopefuls bowling without slips because it's not getting through to the other end, it's probably not perfect, but that's life. That's what you're going to have to deal with, and you're going to have to find a way. So, when you look back and say, oh, could we have done this, could we have done that? Probably not. I just think, we kept trucking in, we kept looking to take wickets, but in the end of the day, sometimes you've got to put your hand up and say, we just couldn't get them.
And then looking ahead, we've now got this week off, and before we go down to Hampshire next week, what is the plans for this bye week for the lads?
Yeah, the plan is to have some fun and play some white ball. So we're going to go straight into T20 mode. We're going to have a couple of days of, hitting some big sixes and, bowling some good stuff with the white ball. And because, we have to have one eye on that competition as well. And, the facts are we'll finish 3 more 4-day matches and then play a T20 2 days later. So we don't get an opportunity to prepare. So, for us this week, after a bit of a rest, will be white ball, and then the guys will have a few days off, and then we'll come back into the red ball and prepare for Hampshire.